wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin? For I can't help falling in love with you. Like the river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand,
Take my
take my
whole
whole life
to
to
you.
you. For I can't help falling in love with you.
All right, people joining us from all over the world. Good afternoon, wherever you are watching from. Aswin, Winston, Shoaib, thanks for being part of the show. Hope you'll enjoy it. Sohan Veera Singer doing his thing.
Like the river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. For I can't help falling in love with you.
Once again, good day to everyone who is watching the show. Thanks for joining in. It's a beautiful day. The rain has faded. It's bright sunshine outside, and what a start. What a song, what a legend. That's the way to go, and it's an absolute pleasure and so grateful, and it's an honor to host these two legends on my show. And I must say thank you very much before I start the show to Sohan and Corinne. Uh, Very shortly, the two people I have grown up listening, their careers. It's amazing, what these guys have done. They have been in the show business over a period of time. I cannot actually recall when they really started. I remember from my under 14, under 16 days. They have been together and experiment. The band has gone through so many lineup, but Sohan had been the pillar of the band. He has kept the band together, and Corinne had been a part of it. And ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let me bring the duo, looking nice and bright this morning. Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, Sohan and Corinne, how are you guys doing?
Lovely, Charit.
Super.
Super. We were enjoying you singing.
I tried, mate. I tried. As I told you earlier that it was a late night last night, and I had the pleasure of doing some of these songs, the old classics. And when I saw this on YouTube, I thought I must play it. It's so great. It was done brilliantly, brilliant arrangement. When was it done, Sohan?
Maybe about 5-6 years ago, with a guy called Dinesh Subasingh. He did the arrangements.
Right.
Charit, getting back to your singing, I hope you have a second job, right?
Yeah, these days, unprecedented times, Sohan. One of the reasons why I brought you guys to talk about, the how as musicians that we are going to face, all the challenges that are coming up, and it's hard times. It's not only to us, in a way that Sohan, that I'm very grateful that that I have a job. Even during soon after the post COVID period, we took a bold decision to continue with training and touch wood. So far, been going on. The season is on, so that keeps me busy. But you guys, unbelievable, all the musicians, and that what you underwent and what's coming forward, and what are your thoughts on? I know that you got so many events lined up, and I think I'm sure Corinne also. But just tell us briefly how you managed during the lockdown, and how what you did to keep it going. And I know you got to do voice training, and you got to practice as bands. And how did you manage?
I will let Corinne answer that question first because I know she even learned to cook. So Corinne, all yours.
No, I can cook, but I learned new things to bake cakes and stuff, cookies, bread puddings, all that came out really. But apart from that, after about 2 months, we really did start work indoor in all the stations. They created sort of concerts as if they used to have back in the day, the outdoor concerts. They created indoor concerts, and they did have bands and singers come and work because they knew how hard everyone was hit by that. So thanks. And it was kind of sailing somehow, thanks to everybody.
I saw a couple of go ahead, Sohan. Go ahead.
To survive by watching the politicians.
What did you learn from the politician? Oh, okay, I mean,
to be a good successful politician, you must know to jump at the correct time.
So that was you guys doing, that you learned during that the lockdown period how to jump. Is that what you did?
Yeah. Yes. At the correct time, I got get lean, and party symbols didn't matter as long as you knew at what point to jump from one party to the other. So that's what sort of thing. So much from there.
Yeah, absolutely right. If you live in this part of the world, I think that's a prerequisite to learn how to survive. And if it is jumping, let that be, mate. That's the way to go. Idea is life must go on at all costs. Yeah, Corinne.
From to what color did you jump?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't know at what particular time you should be able to.
Who is doing good?
Yeah, actually, astrology doesn't come into it. You just have to be savvy enough to realize it's time to go.
Yeah. And so many messages coming in, guys. Just to big hi once again to Sahadeva Senanaika. Our surnames goes long. Oh, yeah, thanks. Senanaika. Okay. Shora Bahmad, oh my God, the legend, and oh my God, she looks so beautiful. Corinne, he says you're eternal. Wow, that's amazing. And Mal Kulasekara watching all the way from Brisbane. Hi to you, Mal. It's great to have you on the show. Yes, that Winston joining us from Sohan. And Winston, by the way, Sohan, he has his own show. He's an amazing guy.
Right.
He's one guy during the lockdown period. He has this live program. He plays all your songs. He plays Korean songs and he performs. He just on a live audience. He goes on. He's based in States, and I think he still has his show, if I'm not mistaken, and it's called Home Heart Video. I think he does it all 7 days of the week. I don't know how he does it. It's impossible, but it's amazing. It's energy, and every day to get up in the morning and do a show. And hats off, take a bow, Winston. It's good to have you on the show. And there's so many people, and Neela, Ryan, Evergreen Legends, love you all. Good to have you on the show as well, Neela. There's so many people, and as we go along, that we will talk to all of you. Sohan is a that says Winston says My Heart Home Video Show. Yeah, that's the show. One of the reasons that we were going to do the show at 11 o'clock this morning, and then you had this virtual the music festival coming up, and so we decided that we took a call, and we said no, we'll do it. That it was scheduled to start at 8 o'clock in the morning and go until 12:30, and unfortunately I understand that the show got postponed. And tell us more about it. When it's coming up and what's it all about, and how people can help you and how people can donate.
It's basically a fundraiser because musicians went through a lot of problems during the COVID time. So we want to raise funds through the Western Music Association. So that's the whole idea. But we were having problems getting a payment gateway organized and all that. So we thought, let's postpone the virtual concert by about a month so that we'll get everything properly organized, because we want to make sure the fundraiser is a success.
Great stuff. How are you going to do it? All you musicians going to meet up in a studio and perform individually, or?
Yeah, we are going to meet up in a studio and get a band called Mirage. It's a Yeah, they are going to back all the artists, and so we want to do a series of fundraisers with different artists. All these to make a common fund, so that when musicians are in trouble, that there'll be a body helping them, because at the moment we don't have EPF, ETF, nothing. So when something goes wrong, the entertainment industry gets hit at the very inception, and then we find ourselves without work. Everybody's not rich like Corinne.
Well, yeah, I know. That's a problem.
I'm rich inside here. Yes, you're right.
That's what matters, Corinne. That's what that's where all your richness comes from. As long as you got a good heart, that's all what matters. And so the show will happen. In near future. Is that what you're planning?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So keep everybody informed when it's going to happen. And I think I will do all what I can do to promote your show. And in my own small way, I'll try to make a contribution as well. It's for a good cause. All you people listening out there, just wait for look forward to this show. There's virtual. It's called the Virtual Music Fiesta or something like that, right? Music festival. Yeah, that's so when that happens, and please donate generously, because these people, as Sohan rightly said, they deserve it, and all the accolades, and they need to carry on. And madam, that after once I realized that the show is postponed, we could have gone back to the original timings. But then I was told that you're on a spiritual and a physical journey, that you're heavily into yoga and stuff like that now. Tell us a little about it. That's the answer to Zoeb, the Jorad's question. How do you look eternal? What's the secret behind? Tell us more about it.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, there are two classes 4 days a week. So I prefer taking the 8:30 class, because then I can my little jogging for 3 kilometers and then hop into the just next block. So then when Sohan said it was going to be at 12:30. I was like, oh, I don't have to go for the 6:30 class. I was planning to go for the 6:30, so but now I went for the 8:30, and then here I am. Yeah, yoga has been really amazing. 2.5 years ago, I started, and it has been the 360 turnaround for me in my life. The big change that happened to me in my life, and I intend continuing it till I just breathe my last. Basically, it's
Great work.
amazing.
I can
Yeah.
I can I can imagine. It's just not only physical. I believe it's the total package. It's
Package.
mind, soul, and body. Is it?
And body, yeah, meditating and all of the yoga asanas, and it's a package, and it's led by the veteran legendary Anoja Veerasinghe, actress,
Okay.
called the Abhina ashram near the Belangvilla temple, which is
Right.
like about minutes drive from my place. So easy, so blessed to have it so close to where I live too. So yeah, I'm enjoying life. 2.5 years have just transformed me into another piece, totally a super happy, peaceful, powerful, loving being overall.
Wow, it's very interesting. Great words, very inspiring thoughts. But Corinne, I know that you are spiritually motivated, up to this point, and you are I wouldn't say spiritually, you're a very religious person. This, having started this yoga, the whole thing that you're talking about, has your religious beliefs changed by any means, or it just remains the same? How does it work?
I got spiritually more connected once I started yoga.
Right.
Yeah, yoga, meditation made me spiritually more connected.
Right.
It's
Okay.
teaching us to learn to live in the moment, because most people, majority of the people, they just try to live in the past or try to dream about their future, and they forget the present moment. So that teaches you so much, and I got spiritually so connected after yoga.
Wow, that's great stuff.
Add something.
Wisdom. Yeah, tell me, Son. Yeah.
The mind and spirit, those things in yoga I can handle. It's the body part thing that's difficult.
I was coming into that, Sohan. You jumped in between that. That the whole the wisdom part. Yes, I know that you can stomach that. I was going to ask Corinne, what are you going to do about the man, seated next to you? Are you going to do something about this man? All that spirituality.
I've been telling him to come, join. See, Clifford is one of our yogis. He actually is qualified, gone to India and done his teacher training course. I
Right.
was on the verge of going to India, but COVID-19 put a stop to that, because I am that much qualified to go for teacher training. I'm so happy. But then, everything, there's a reason, there's a purpose for things to happen. And so I've been telling him, come. I've been, not only him, all my friends whom I know, I'm just trying to motivate them to come and experience. But
Yeah,
I think he might make up his mind.
But I saw some of the poses Corinne had put on Facebook. It was more as if it's from Kama Sutra. So I thought better not.
Yeah, oh no, wow, that's part of yoga. The little knowledge that I have, that it's just part of the whole package. That you master something. That's not only your physical part of it; it's part of the physical activity. I wonder whether you could do it practically, whilst doing the yoga. Any of those asanas.
Sorry.
I wonder that those Kama Sutra part of it. I think yoga is it's about all asanas. Could you, like, when you do your yogas, could you actually do it in real life? That some of the asanas.
Of course, yeah. I know these asanas are all about having control over your mind and body. It's about all balancing your whole life, basically.
Wow, I think there's Sohan. I think we should, once the no sooner Corinne gets fully certified, in her yoga activities. I think we.
I'm worried how I'm going to control my body.
She said it. It's all about mind. It's the conditioning your mind. It's that's what it's all about. And guys, there are so many others sending you messages. You probably can see some of the messages coming on the screen. Sham, good to have you on the show, mate. He says hi to the legends. Pereira Srinika Kamal. Charit, please ask Corinne what she thinks about Andrea, who won the Derena Dreamstar. I have seen some similarities between Corinne and Fallon. Yeah, Corinne.
Yeah, Charit. Actually, from the 10 finalists onward, they were in an academy. And we had the privilege and the chance to go in there to groom them up a little bit, Anojaki and myself from Abida.
Right.
And what I saw in Fallon was from the very beginning, she was a total package. Nuandika and Gihan had brilliant voices.
Right.
Sometimes I felt Nuandika's voice was even better than Fallon's.
Right.
But two different colored voices. Fallon had a more Western, heavy, very mid-range, very a voice. But Nuandika also had a very high range, like Sujata Tanaika, Lata Valpala kind of voice. But I felt that Nuandika and Gihan both were restricted to their good voices. But Fallon had a total package. From the beginning, what I noticed in Fallon was she didn't have stage fright. She knew how to handle an audience. She made that whole stage when she was performing hers, like the way we do, like a total professional. So this competition is all about a star. So a star quality, I saw all of those qualities in Fallon as a package.
Right.
Yeah.
Excellent. So I think, basically, I think they're all stars in their own way, isn't it? Once you get into the final stage, it's touch and go.
Nuandika will go a long way, Gihan will go, and even the other ones who got out, the 10, there were loads of, talent oozing in this whole competition. Was brilliant.
Good to hear that, isn't it? Again, a big hi to all your fans saying from New Zealand, from USA, from UK, from USA. I think we got more people from overseas watching you. And my co-host of the show, Boa, good to have you on the show, mate. He's saying the show is looking great. Lalit Gunaratna, I wonder whether Sohan, whether you remember him. He played cricket for Ananda. And
I remember him very well. Yes.
Yeah, I know his brother passed away about a month ago, and they both played for Anand, the brilliant cricketers, and they served the country. They were both in their forces. Good to have you, Lalita, here on the show. It says big hi to both of you, and people are thanking you for all the memories and all what you guys have done. See, you guys are celebrities, mate. Unbelievable. Jude says, what does Jude say? Corinne looks stunning as always. Oh my God, it's good for you. Neela, Corinne, great lesson from you. Hope Sohan will follow.
Complex, yeah.
Felix, again from Brisbane. There's so many out there, that's joining us. It's good to have all of you. It's great stuff. Very, very encouraging to see all these people that, whom you have inspired over the years. They're all, joining the show. And the people who have missed, I got a couple of messages from Canada saying, Charit, really unfair that it's 3 o'clock in the morning in Canada. Guys can't cater to all, it's just like that. But the show will be that they can watch it later on, and it's impossible. Yeah, they can always that once the show is over, you can click on it and you can watch it. And people going crazy over Corinne as usual. Felix is asking, will Sohan take his shirt off again? When did you take your shirt off?
No, I didn't. Five. I see. I know what you're alluding to. Right? It's that Kottamali song where I think I had to take my shirt off and exercise, and I could live it down for years. That's what it means, I think. Yeah. Anyway, on this show, I'm going to wear a dress. Then more people will talking about me too. How attractive I look and all that. So I'll do it.
No, next time for sure, he'll be at the yoga class.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good start. just going back, taking you back a little in time, Sohan. I just did some homework as usual. I was told, I will tell you the source right now. I think, he's senior to you in school, and he was the former Sri Lanka cricket manager. And I remember that, once when I interviewed Rex Clementine, a leading journalist, I, Rex and I go a long way. I just asked, very, in a very humorous way, whom do you consider as the best team manager Sri Lanka ever had? And he told me, sorry to disappoint you, mate. The best manager Sri Lanka ever had was Ajit Jayasekara. And I think, Ajit is, it's a remarkable character, officer and a gentleman. And Ajit wrote to me a couple of days ago, seriously, I didn't know this about you, Sohan, that, you were a budding cricketer, and that you played cricket for St. Thomas's. Is that right?
And in Gurtala, I played for the first 11, and I was vice captain also. When I came to St. Thomas's Mount, they put me into the A team, not the main team. So
the second 11, yeah.
Right. By following year, I would have definitely played for college, but then I ended up going to law college, and I started playing cricket there at law college, because I was there at Mount only for a year, and then I did my law entrance, and I ended up going to law college. And then I started my law career. But to be a successful lawyer, you have to be a good liar, and I found it difficult.
How funny is that? So now any of the lawyers listening to you out there, Sohan, you are in trouble, mate. Next time when you see when you want a lawyer, you will find it very difficult to find one, mate. Calling them, I know that you call a spade, but that's a big one, mate. That's so.
To have success in that profession, you have to. Sometimes you're a defender, a person who actually maybe he could be even a murderer, but you have to pretend that he's innocent. So in that sense, you have to learn to lie.
So what you're saying is that you're not a liar. That you're a guy that would always call a spade a spade. That's a good good thing to have, Sohan. It's a good trait. That I always believe in. No matter what, that you should always tell the truth and stay closer to your heart, and that's what I believe in. And it can cost you a lot. It can, but I know I have gone through. I'm sure Corinne agrees as well, that being straightforward, being truthful always doesn't pay off. But the fact is that you can go to sleep without any worries, that being who you are, just that's what it's all about. This show is all about everyone listening out, that what I have done. I think, Sohan, that probably you are one of my followers. I didn't start the show just yesterday. I've been doing it for over a period of time, and it all started as a fun show, and it has developed into what we are doing today. And every day more I did it, I got better and better in what I do, and I invested in my own small way in softwares and the hardware and everything. And there are lots of people who contributed along the way, and for which I'm very grateful. There was a time that I had no work, like you guys, just sitting and waiting in front of a camera and talking, and so many people came forward and said, sorry, they wanted me to do my own blog, just to give you a story. But it turned out that I never ever dreamt of becoming a talk show host. But here I am, having you two on the show, and that is brilliant. Going back, so Sohan, at what point did you decide that you don't want to be a cricketer, you don't want to be a liar, and instead you want to be a musician? How did that happen?
Well, it was like this. After I passed out as a lawyer, I even practiced for 1 year. I was working for a big leading finance company called Finco. But then I found it difficult to do both, because I love music, and I come from a family. So then there was a group called Gabo and the Breakaways at the time.
Yes, I remember Gabo very well. Yes.
Right. So they were looking for a male vocalist, because Desmond De Silva was singing with them, decided to join the Air Force in the voluntary forces. So then there was a vacancy, and I was sort of shotgunned into it. And then, of course, it was entertainment industry was a very attractive place. Beautiful girls like Corinne were all over the place. So, I mean, that was a huge difference than going to Halsdorf. So there was no question. I preferred this profession. Although my parents thought I was a bit mad, I ended
Yeah,
up
that's what I heard. Yes, yeah.
musician.
So that was the motivation behind it. All the pretty faces that you get to sing along, and that's good enough. The brilliant reason,
These
right?
are the fringe benefits. Even now, thanks to your program, I never got this close to Corinne before.
I was going to ask, why don't you guys, get a little more closer than, that, always when the experiments used to sing, that Corinne used to stand like, 10 feet away from you. Finally I see you two, together. That's, any idea that Corinne coming back to experiments?
No.
I was never with the
She
experiments.
was always coming as a guest star.
I was coming on, yeah.
Always as a guest star. She was really permanently. She was with the Gypsies, right?
Yeah,
for a long period.
for Gypsies for
And then
about
she went
11 or
solo.
12 years.
And then she went
And
solo.
then I went solo. Before that, with Somerset, Cosmic Craze, those are the bands that I sang. Yeah.
Right. It's a great history, with going back at the experiments that I think the first girl you had, Estelle, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. Estelle, yes.
Then you had Corinne, you had Judy, and the present lineup. I forget the girl's name. The new girl.
Judy, Yasmin, Trishelle. Corinne was always a guest star.
Right.
I would love to have her in my band, but she was too expensive.
Well, good, Sohan. Good things don't come cheap, mate. You pay peanuts, you get monkeys. That lots of people in this country don't understand that. If you need good things, that you have to pay people. That's absolutely. I have no issue in that. The professionals must get paid. That's anyone who's listening out there. There is a price. If you want something good, pay for it, people. And don't be stingy. And when it comes to these guys, the professionals, they have. Dedicated all their lives into their profession, and they deserve nothing but the best. Corinne,
yeah,
you too were found in one of the talent contests, I believe, a long time ago.
Long years ago, yes. There were the Candos,
right?
Candos. Then there was the I don't even remember these talent contests, but yes, we were both in one contest. I remember that too I didn't know till very recently.
Okay.
Even Ronnie, he was the compere for one of the contests that I took part. Faisal Bongzo, yeah, lots of people,
Right.
So much
That's
back in.
Okay, so that from so you have been a songstress, like a singer all your life, Corinne, or you haven't done any other profession? You're full-time.
I actually started singing when I was very young, about maybe 10 or 11. I was in a calypso band.
Right.
From there on, I sang for a while. Then I took a small break. Then I worked in a couple of places. I then got back to music, back again with Somerset. And from there with Cosmic Craze, and that's when I got the break to the Gypsies for about 11 or 12 years. And then I decided, and then I worked also with Maxi Rosairo and that duos at the time. And then I decided to go on my own. And then I started my own band for about 7 years, and back again doing my solo stints all over with every band in the Oriental and the Western scene.
Corinne, you said Candos, right?
Candos,
the guys who make chocolates. See what Candos has done to me. Okay.
We all have our weaknesses, Sohan. That now we understand now. What your weakness is. It's all sweet things, mate. You have a problem. You need yoga. You need therapy. You should ask Corinne to help you. Along the way. You need to get over these. All these cravings and your habits and all those things.
Just made a promise now. The promise is that when I go for my teacher training and come back, he will be in my class.
Right now, actually, my son is a fitness and strength conditioning coach at Sri Lanka Cricket, and he says I'm the worst advertisement for his job. He says.
So I was about to ask you guys. You both have children. that I was going to Sohan. You know that Darshan and I go back a long way,
That's right.
and we have worked together. And I probably would rate him as one of the best trainers in this country whom I have worked with. Absolute professional. And as you rightly said, you are a pretty bad advertisement where your son is concerned. Just it's you got to set an example, and just to show that who your son is.
Right.
Darshan never took up to music, is it? You have a daughter as well, if I'm not mistaken.
In New York at the moment, so but the question is, Darshan got so involved in powerlifting and fitness and stuff like that. He's a good rapper actually, but never got into the music. But my daughter sings very well. Unfortunately, she's in the States, and so it's difficult to get her involved in music. But Corinne is lucky because Brandon is a very good singer, and Brandon once in fact at Corinne's recent shows, Corinne and Brandon did the song together. It was very nice.
I was going to ask Corinne about Brandon. Yeah, I think she's pretty fortunate to have such a talented son, and he's brilliant. I've seen the guy. I've followed him over the years. That I've seen him doing a couple of TV commercials, and the guy is outstanding. He's absolute. He's a talented, gifted young man. And as you rightly said, that Corinne is gifted, and I wish both of you all the very best in your future endeavors. Sohan, you should always, sorry for saying this, that you got to do something novel, that you got to be one step ahead than everybody else. Now that the world is with this whole COVID thing, that we are going virtual.
Yeah.
Why don't you think of getting your daughter remotely, from where she is, just doing a duet, probably during this virtual show, get her to do a live performance, connecting all the way from wherever she is. I think that will be great, and you are adding value to your show, and it will be people that will be exciting, doing something new. What do you think about that?
Excellent idea. I'll start working on it, Charit. Thank you
there
for
you go. Yeah, I think you got to.
I just want to add something. I think you said Brandon is a very talented young man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think even Corinne has also, I think, has Brandon got that talent from Corinne or the other way around?
No, actually, Brandon is a total package. Brandon is much more talented than me, I should say, because he's an all-rounder. He's an actor, he's a singer, he's a writer, and he does a day job as a creative director in an advertising firm. Oh. So I am just a singer. I can do a little bit of acting, on a side. But he's like just that whole. He obviously got it from me, Sohan.
Couldn't be the other way around.
Right? No way. Yeah. Anyways, from wherever it came, yes, I'm so happy and proud that I've got such a brilliant, talented son.
Well done, guys. That's the way to go, and it's so great to hear. And Winston says this is question. I think the guy is in love with you, Corinne. Charit, please ask Corinne to sing a solo song, Mage Konda.
You also
Nata?
sing.
Nata. Just a few lines. Sohan to sing Mage Oru Kandat Dirala. I love those songs. Appreciate very much if you guys can sing a few lines.
Right.
Wow.
Glasses and say, since this is a drink with Charit, why not say cheers, everyone? Yeah. Cheers, everyone.
Yes. I wish this was gin and not water.
Cheers, guys. Cheers. I'm having my own special. Oh, I finished my coffee. I need some coffee, but unfortunately, I can't leave you two to make another cup of coffee. So I'll manage with what I have. So Winston, I would suggest that exactly what I told Sohan during your show. Try to get Corinne live on your show. That probably she can sing a few lines for you next time when you do that. You can get Sohan too as a guest whilst you're doing the show. That will be a novelty that no one has done it. Think about it. I'm just off the cuff.
On the 16th. It was my show. Now on the 11th, it's his show. So that's what we did. On the 16th, I invited Sohan, Clifford, Noeline, my son. We made it like a whole package.
We are good do something similar on the 11th.
On his show, yes.
Definitely Corinne is going to be there in a big way.
Yeah.
Well, there's so many messages coming in. I think we said cheers. One guy said, to say name of my show is, yeah. You guys can see, the messages coming through, right?
Yeah, my phone's on.
Okay. Neela Ryan says, Sohan, Corinne, just be the way you are, you all are, and love for what you are, so humble and so lovable. Yes, they are. That's why, I decided to have them on the show. The great people. And the idea of this show, people, just to let you know that just like lots of people don't know about you guys, Sohan, Corinne, they have seen you on TV, they have heard you, but as day-to-day people, like the normal people don't know that. That's the reason why I thought that I'd bring you guys to showcase you two to the rest of the world, that you guys are just ordinary people, just like everybody else. Only difference is that you are perhaps a little wee bit talented than a normal person. Everybody has their own individual talents. That's there's no discrimination whatsoever, and that you guys have chosen your God's given gift or whatever, and you have reached your pinnacle perhaps in your life, and all you need to do is like to finish what you started. I don't think at our stage, well, I'm talking about guys, I think I believe you guys are about 20 years younger to me compared to me. I'm the oldest here, I'm just kidding. we don't have too much time on this planet Earth, and do what we can do for the people and give back, and in our wisdom can share with whatever we have learned over the years, and share joy and the peace, happiness. That's all we could do. That's what this show is all about. Nothing more, nothing less. That's how it goes. Right.
I'll be getting
yeah, go ahead, Sohan. Yeah.
Of that Konde Natat Inagavata.
Is she really going to do that?
Yeah. She going to do a little part.
Oh, brilliant! No, I thought that you probably will not. Go ahead, Corinne. All yours, ladies and gentlemen. Corinne Almeida with Konda Natat. Yeah, go on. Come on, darling. We all listening. We'll virtually will support you.
They had to know when that had the Chakamatama
Garakila. Oh, brilliant. Well done, Corinne.
I'll do a little bit of Boru Khandak Dirala.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Namut Muduya, you took like a gun at TV. Magi Pirinda Nidimara, Sada, Tunbatutaran. I forget some of the words because Corinne is too close to me. I always mess up my words, Anyway.
Well done, guys. Hats off to you, yeah. Corinne, you're breaking up at times, but I'm trying to. I think it's just the network, perhaps. I lose you guys. Yeah, Winston, they did it, man. They sang a few lines. I hope you are happy. That I'm so grateful that they are being such great sporty people, and they obliged your request, and so many messages coming in. I think I'm going to just go easy on this message. Oh my God, nice to see you guys. Karakila. I mean, people are dancing, in the States, because of this Shorab. I think Shorab. This guy, I don't know whether you have ever met this guy, Sohan. Shorab, very talented, amazingly talented human. He's brilliant with the acoustic guitar. I think he does his own compositions. I have heard him. I have heard him perform. Brilliant musician. Someday you can feature him somewhere. I don't think he's in Sri Lanka at the moment. I don't know where Shorab is, but from wherever he is, he's enjoying the show. And good to have you, mate, once again. Thanks for all your support. Winston says love. Giving love to you people. God, that's such humble guys they are. And the life goes on. Okay, Corinne,
Yeah.
that's quickly, that Sohan, just briefly, could you give people heads up, what's in store for you, what's coming up? And I know that you got so many shows coming up. Are you doing one tonight?
Me? No, I'm not working tonight.
No, not Sohan. Is Sohan doing a show tonight?
No.
When is your sing along? I saw something advertised that
There's one on October 3rd and one on the 11th, and I'm definitely inviting Charit for you to be on our show on the 11th.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate it very much. There's a just take us slowly. The 3rd of October, where are you having your show?
It's at the Anand Hall in Navala.
I know the place. Yeah, it's close by. Yes.
That's on the 3rd, and then again we have a big one on the 11th. That's I'm performing with a group called Black, and I'm doing like my own concert. And Nolin and quite a few of my friends, musician friends, are going to be there. So it's going to be a great night.
Yeah, right. How does the sing along go? Actually, I saw you saying that it's bring your own, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one on the 3rd where I can bring your own liquor, so that it's easy on the purse, because normally in hotels the liquor is quite costly, but here you can bring your own liquor and they only pay for the food. So it's a variety entertainment for the whole family. You can bring the family along, just order some eat, and you bring your drinks from home, and it's a nice concept. It works pretty well, Charit.
Right. How does it go? Like, say that that I come for your show, and you do the singing. That am I given a set of lyrics or something that I sing along with you? How does it go?
Table has printed books of about 150 songs. So when I say we are doing song number 24, and that could be falling in love or something, they can turn the page to 24 and they can sing along with me. And sometimes I walk up to the table and get them to sing along with me. So that's the whole concept of a sing along, where everybody, it's more like family fun. Everybody gets together and they get, even people like Charit will get a chance of singing.
Oh, brilliant! That's great stuff. I'm just again, I'm thinking, just like my head works in every time. As I said, I always want to be one step ahead in what I do. That's what it is. Why don't you keep a couple of remote mics that when somebody wants to sing, that you pass the microphone, that you could do a duet or whatever, wherever you are. So don't you think the interaction will be even greater?
And in fact, we do that, Charit. At lots of shows, we have microphones. We have up to about 3 or 4, so that anyone can join us.
Great stuff, mate. Looking forward to it. I've not been to any of these sing-alongs. That hopefully on 3rd that I will join you. That I'm sure it's going to be super fun. So people out there, remember 3rd of October, the sing-along, and the event will be advertised. I will also have it on my Facebook as well. And followed by what's your second show you said?
The 11th at Galadari.
That's with Black. That's with Black. Great band. What's the leader's name? I know the bloke. That's
Anil Amirthia.
Yeah, such a great band there. That's one of the top bands going around at the moment, and excellent band. That will be a great event as well.
Ranil is a very powerful name. It was it.
It is. Yeah. Now, are we talking about the same Ranils, or just it's a different Ranil?
Ranils. I'm talking of Ranil Amitya.
Yeah. And I know it's a very nice guy. It's a brilliant. I have seen him perform. Very talented. Very versatile. Great band. And as I said, I would rate them right up there at the moment, the bands that are going around. And Madam, your future plans.
Have lots of plans, and everything's beautifully falling into place. I might also have another big coming up at Water's Edge. It's still under all of
planning
those
stages,
planning stages. So like I said earlier, living in the moment, enjoying every minute.
And yoga and more yoga.
No, I mean, with that kind of, you have to have that kind of positivity and attitude and all of that, and everything just falls into place beautifully. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. Apart from that your yoga and whatever you do, your meditation, do you still, being a singer, I'm just asking, it's like as a layman's question, do you do kind of voice training and just trying to up your game all the time? And just since that I know that both of you guys do a lot of covers. Doing a cover is not the easiest thing in this world. In fact, when Sohan dropped in at home for a chat, I showed him this band in Australia called HSCC. It's a cover band, essentially a cover band. How well they do these covers, that's when you listen to it, it sounds like the original, but it's not the original. They are doing it their own way. It's a very unique way they are doing it, and I was really amazed that some of these bands, the cover bands, they do. What I see in Sri Lanka, I saw it in one of the shows recently, that Battle of the Bands or whatever, and one of the bands trying to do Queen, I Want to Break Free, and if you try to sound like Freddie Mercury, you can't, impossible. Freddie Mercury or Michael Jackson, Lionel Richie, those guys, they are the league of their own. So you can't sound like another, that's therefore you got to do your own thing. So my question to you guys, when you do a cover, what would the audience expect from you? Whether they want to listen to it just like the original, or whether you could improvise it.
Corinne.
Actually, you just got to be yourself, and you have got to do your own thing, because the audience is not coming to listen to Queen or Beyonce or Mariah Carey or ABBA. They're coming to listen to Corinne Almeida. They're coming to listen to Sohan Veerasinghe. So just do your thing, sing the song on the key comfortable to you, and just get them wrapped under your finger all night long, the audience. Then you're a winner.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, and Sohan, do you share the same sentiment?
Very much, and I can like to add to that, and that is that a common mistake some of our musicians make is they try to sing on the same keys as Tom Jones or Whitney Houston, and they end up ruining their voices. We all have a different vocal range. Where the audience, they are not bothered on whose key you sings on, as long as it should be comfortable to you and you don't damage your vocal cords. So this is a common mistake some people do. They say, if you do the song Delilah, you must do it in Tom Jones key. I never attempt to do it on Tom Jones key, but nobody knows the difference as long as you sing it well.
I mean, even if they do, you're singing it on your range. I'm singing it on my range. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So interesting what you say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, mate. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so we do a little bit of warm-ups, before we start a concert or a night, warming up our voices with a few exercises and all of that. Not that we go for voice training or anything. We do whilst driving to the event. All of those things happen before we get on stage.
I warm up by just getting close to Corinne. That's at these shows. So that's another way of warming up.
But you have to warm up your voice.
It's another way of getting your heartbeat up, like what we say. It's all about getting, just your pulses up, then the blood starts pumping and you're ready to go. That's, very good way of warming yourself up. But you said a very interesting thing, Corinne. Can you actually damage your vocal cords?
Oh, yes. If you sing on the wrong key, you can damage your vocal cords, and that's it. Then you're like, you can be at home for a while and forget about singing.
Polyps develop,
Yeah. People don't realize that. Okay. Especially when they hear a cover, they feel, even the original singers, even Freddie Mercury, even all of these singers, when they do live concerts, they don't sing their songs, their very own songs on their original keys, which they have recorded. They bring it down and they sing, but they got to sing the whole night.
Right, yeah, exactly.
It's not like recording one song. So people some of them don't realize that.
Excellent point. Why I asked you that question, that one of the places that's functioning well in the country, out of the nightclubs, the karaoke places, becoming popular by the day. And I tried to sing a couple of times the songs I thought that, I'm familiar with, but they play on the original note, which is impossible to sing. So I'm wondering, whether some of these DJs, I know some of the karaoke places overseas, you can actually ask the DJ to bring it down, to suit your vocal range.
Yeah, some of them they could, but I don't know how it works here.
The other guys don't. So, some of those, karaoke guys who are listening out there, the advice coming from the veterans, watch out, you can damage your vocal cords, as you rightly said. This is idea. I wasn't very sure that you try to sing, trying to hit some of those high notes, that it can actually affect your throat. I wasn't aware of it. Thanks for the wisdom. That.
Charit, can I add something? What happens is, when you strain your voice, say at a raga match or cricket match, you come back home and you realize you're gone hoarse. You're hoarse because you've been straining your voice. So when you do it, even on stage for a long period of time, the vocal cords vibrate. That's how we create sounds. They vibrate too much, they get close to each other, and then when the vocal cords start vibrating, hitting each other, you end up from getting polyps on your vocal cords. And after you get the polyps on your vocal cords, you can't sing on pitch. You start going off pitch. So that's how you vocal.
And also, if they don't know the techniques properly, they always sing here in the upper area. So then always they're straining their voice here. But you have to actually sing from your diaphragm. You have to open up here from lower and then bring it out. So that's why they sing on the original key, all here, stuck and straining, and then after one or two songs, they're gone.
Well, I think that's what I see in you, Corinne, and both Sohan, and that when you sing, lots of guys try training, just singing from their throats, and whereas, as you rightly said, it comes from the core, the power. One guy comes into my mind, not that I'm just I have done a bit of DJing, and just I can just manage, but I know about the music. Remember this guy Mohideen Beg?
Oh yes.
He's one guy, I always, the songs he sang when I was in school, he's one guy who really belted them out, I think he brought, a different concept into our music, the good old Mohideen Beg, do you agree that, I reckon he's one of the guys who sang from the diaphragm, just simply, for an example.
Yes.
They say, it's very interesting. By the way, you guys have, some guys want to come to Sri Lanka, sing with you, and some guys are, and some are, well, they are inviting you to Brisbane.
We've been there together. So many times.
We'll come back again.
No, they actually say hopefully we will see them in Melbourne sometime next year. That's what he says.
I had 3 tours this year in Melbourne, actually. I'm sure he also had many tours this year. I had to France, to USA, to Canada. I mean, what to do? COVID-19 is, and also COVID-19 is here to stay. It's not going to go for a while. So we got to move forward so positively, so carefully, but life has to go on. That's my motto.
There you go. No matter what happens, life must go on. Lalani, thank you for the kind sentiments. Nilat, you too. I'm doing the best I can. These two make my life that much easier. So I just need to, it's like a breeze. Talking to them, the life goes on, and that's what it is. That's we all do things during these tough times to keep you entertained, and they can't. If you don't support them, they cannot entertain you. So whenever I know the times are hard, Sohan. Like it's not for you and I or Corinne or whatever. Everybody is struggling at the moment. That's there's so much uncertainty out there. You don't know what's in store for us. You put news on, you suddenly see that there's a resurgence of COVID in other countries, and there are rumors going around that things are happening down south. You don't know how far it's true, and the fact is, as Corinne rightly said, unfortunately, I don't see that our borders are going to open in a hurry. So that's a fact. That the sad reality is that the COVID is going to stay for a while, and we all got to find ways and means how we are going to survive as collectively. That's the to support one another. I see. Have you guys noticed that sometimes when I come after training, and it's amazing that I see these old gentlemen outside my club BRC, that in a car selling pol roti and pork curry, and if you drive along all the way from Narayanpeta to Rajagiri, and then I was told that when you go towards the parliament, all along people are selling food, and they're trying out, the bakery stuff, the all goodies, and that means that people are looking for ways and means to keep them going. So my point is, whatever local, please support, in your own way. That's I'm not a great meat eater, but whenever I see that, the gentleman out there, I just stop. I buy 2 portions, and just I probably give it to my brother-in-law, some of my friends, and just to eat. Not that I want to eat that, the pork curry or whatever, but it's just a matter of helping one another. I think that's what we need at the moment. People don't realize the problem is anything local, or people tend to look down on you, which, Sohan, that's I think you said something like that yesterday, that people, how that dog eat dog scenario, that how people just run down your fellow artists, fellow sportsmen, fellow whatever, that your neighbors. And I don't think, if we continue in the same frame of mind, that we will survive. What do you reckon, you guys? What do you think?
Yes, perfectly right. We must definitely start supporting each other and have respect for each other and working together as friends and as colleagues. And you can even have competition, but it could be healthy, without having this dog eats dog attitude, which is not good for anybody.
Sure,
and we have, for me, thank God, there is, worst comes to worst, there is always yoga, and more yoga.
Yeah, somebody watching. Somali, good to have you all the way from Kenya. Habari gani? I'm forgetting my Swahili now. I think the answer is Muzuri Sana. Good to have you, Somali. It's great stuff. Pradeep Pamitanagam. Well done, Charlie. Great to listen to Sohan and Corinne. What about a song? I think, Pradeep, you missed that. If you guys remember Pradeep Pamitanagam, he's from yes, very much. And yeah, Desiree says we have to support the local people. Sohan, on that note, I would like to play one track, which it's a very special song for me.
Okay.
Was done by our diva here, by Corinne, with I think she did it with Ashani from BNS, that they did it together. I hope I can find the link somewhere. Just it's a brilliant song. There's a reason why I want to play this song, because this was my old man's one of his favorite songs, which he used to sing. He used to have a drink, he used to play the Hawaiian guitar. The Hawaiian guitar, the good old country and western, where you play with a thumb pick and the steel. Yeah, he taught me how to play. I have forgotten how to play it. He was absolutely brilliant on the Hawaiian guitar. So he has his drink, and he used to sing this song. Let's see whether we can listen to this great track from Let's See the Fernando. Corinne, I think this was brilliant. You were in your element. Let's see whether we could play it.
Thank you.
Sigiri sukumadiye hela raja samaye matakada ampi pavuna bimmama nadiye lassana oberupaye netasita pedune namaya Sri Lanka ve raudenne obageri sudure.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Oh, there she goes.
Hasrali pala, sisunyudu saluotala, vila mangala, gomara peti vitala, disnaya dila, hadarayan unkale medese, situam vila, sigiri sukumaliye, hela raja samaye. අපි පාවුනා පෙම් මම නදියේ ලස්සන ඔබේ රූපයේ නැද සිත පැදුනේ නාමය ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ රැව් දෙන්නේ ඔබගේ සොඳුරේ
Wow.
මුළු දෙනෙතින් බලලා සිත සැනසීලා ජනතවියක් කොතලා කව්පදමාලා කීවිලසින් මංගය විරන් වන්ගි හද සපුරාලා සීගිරි සුකුමාලියේ හෙළ රජ සමයේ මතකද අපි පාවුනා පෙම් මම නදියේ ලස්සන ඔබේ රූපයේ නැත සිත බැඳුනේ නාමය ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ රැව් දෙන්නේ ඔබගේ සොඳුරේ
Whoa. Sohan, what do you think of that?
Brilliant.
Absolutely. Remember that one, Corinne? That's fantastic effort. That was one of my favorite songs of my old man who's no longer with us. So wherever he's listening, that's for you.
Actually, Corinne looks like a Sigiri fresco.
Well, I knew that you would say something. Yeah, Winston, it's true. Sri Lankan talent. Yeah, these guys are amazing. Just great guys. It's having you on the show. I didn't realize that, I've been talking to you guys 1 hour, 8 minutes.
Didn't feel it.
Yep, didn't feel it at all. It's fantastic. There's any parting words from you guys. I don't know whether I've spoken everything about you guys. That anything that you want to say to the listeners out there, your fans out there, anything that you would like to share, say that anything interesting that I have missed out.
Well, just a little note to be positive all the time. Thank you so much, first of all, for inviting us on this show, Charit. To all the listeners out there, as long as you are our fans, friends, family, friends, we are always there for you. And life has to go on, so stay positive, move forward positively, and things will come back to normal ASAP if all of you remain positive. God bless you all.
Well said. Going on, yeah.
Charit, all I can say is, there comes a stage in our lives when we have to move away or fade away because there are so many others coming up.
Yeah.
By watching the local talent, I realize that we can gracefully move away at some point. I mean, Corinne has long more years ago, but Charit, you and I might not be even there. But it's lovely to see so much of good talent. Like Fallon, Andrea, people like that who come through reality shows. So it augurs well for entire music industry. My only advice to them is not to lose their heads, to be simple, approachable, and also humble, and also to help others in any way you can. And those are the thoughts I like to leave you with.
No, I'm not still letting you guys go. One guy is crying, Corinne. I think he's not letting you go. Say please tell Corinne to sing. Winston, he's going to have you on his show, all the way from USA. Just a few lines, please. Atta mita kasi panam. Just to sing a few words. They say, Atta mita kasi panam.
Atta mita kasi panam. Honda hati tiyana vanam.
Hitagena diviya loke mavannam.
Kara.
Nadarinam.
Alavage karetiya helicopter vage duvanam.
Aha. Atta mita kasi panam. Honda hati tiyana vanam.
Hitagena diviya loke mavannam.
Oya matangadarinam.
Malavage karetiya helicopter vage duvanam.
Well done, guys. Oh my God. One guy is saying, Corinne, you are my childhood crush. Here we go. Here we go. Just like all your boyfriends, they're all coming out, saying hi to you. It's so funny. It's good on you, girl. It's so happy for you that people have not forgotten you guys. That I hope Vincent, hope you're happy. They obliged, and they're brilliantly done. And yeah, thanks Judah as well. Great show, Sohan, Corinne, and CS. Ross, thanks for being a part of it. Just I'm not done as yet. Just I want to show another clip that you guys did. I think is one of the best efforts that I have seen. A group of musicians in Sri Lanka, that you came together and did it. This was years ago. I saw Corinne asking this question. When was this done? I think to me now this song there's called Our Land. It was done by the Gypsy Caravan. It was called.
I actually sent Pial a message too to just double check which year, and he said I think it was 93 or 94.
I also think so. I think it didn't come in the 80s, so it probably early 90s that this song came along, and it was I think one of the best compilations. I think one of the best efforts. If I'm not mistaken, it came after that USA song, that the USA for Africa, and this is what as Sri Lankans we did. I don't know how many people remember this, and you both were a part of it. Very active part of it. Profound part of it in this song. But whole lot of musicians in that we spoke about some of them, Maxi Rosairos to Pial, Sunilaya, and whole host of others. And unfortunately, some of them are not with us, I believe.
Yeah,
they have moved on. Sohan, I'm going to play this. Play this. The people can hear your voice at the background. And could you, when you play this song, I also don't know some of these the singers. If you can tell who they are, if you recall, that will be great. That some of the duos that they sing that I have forgotten who they are. And I think they all deserve credit that that this song should be played back in 2020 after after 20-30 years. It still sounds great. And let's see whether I can find the link to play it, and you two guys can identify who they are, and that would be great while the song is going on. I'm going to play it now. Please to help me along the way to identify who these great singers are. Here we go. Who is this girl? Well, let's see, that when the song starts, that's...
This land belongs to you. This land belongs to me. This land belongs to all of us to live in harmony.
Oh, yes, Sonali.
This land belongs to you.
Asta?
This land belongs to me.
It's no longer with us.
This land belongs to all of us.
Kill me.
This land belongs to you. This land belongs to me. This land belongs to all of us to live
there's
in
a small delay on
harmony.
this, so we have to wait.
Whatever the race may
Don't worry.
be,
Whatever the caste or creed,
That's Asta.
whatever the color or
And
skin,
Hilmi.
we're all kith and kin. All races must unite, 'cause unity is mine.
Aisha.
Together we must stand to build a better land. This land belongs to you.
this land belongs to me.
Shall
This
we?
land belongs to
Randy?
all of us to live in harmony.
Antonin?
Manila. Shiran Piri.
Pramukh and
South,
Joe?
east and west are part of one
We know who that is.
Avina.
Make it rich and
And if I protect
beautiful.
her.
let's lend a helping hand.
In friendship and in joy,
Our lives must be fulfilled. Let's live in peace and unity.
We're one big family. This land belongs to you.
What's this?
This land belongs to me. This land belongs to all of us to live in harmony.
We may be of different ethnicity,
but we are still one community. This land belongs to you.
Jayanta?
This land
Is it that?
belongs to me. This
Lisa?
land belongs to all of us to live in harmony.
And
A new
Jayanta?
society
Paul?
of justice and equality.
Let's reach out together stronger than ever to build community.
come join our song as we sing along.
Riza!
Let's live together in harmony.
In our motherland,
This land belongs to you. This land belongs to
Ifra?
me.
This land belongs to all of us to live in
This is
harmony.
me.
And since this land belongs to you,
Oh.
this land belongs to all of us. Live in harmony.
And then finish itself with the
this land belongs to you. This land belongs to me. This land belongs to all of us to live in harmony. This land belongs to you.
Land belongs
This
to
land belongs to me.
belongs to
This land
me.
belongs to all of us to live in harmony.
To live in harmony.
This land belongs to all of us to live in harmony.
Don't you feel it? Don't you feel it? That we should, I said we should live in harmony. La la la.
This land belongs to all of us to live in harmony.
Sing the song
This land belongs to all of us to live in harmony.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I said this land.
This land belongs
This
to all
land
of
belongs to you.
harmony.
To live in harmony.
Corinne!
This land belongs to all of us to live in harmony.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! My ears are ringing. Just one of the perhaps the best songs I have heard as an original done by a group of musicians coming together. I never forget that song, Sohan. Such a brilliant effort. Seeing a whole bunch of such talented artists and such powerful voices. As I said, I've forgotten about Keshini and the some of the other people. As I said, some of them are not with us. They have left us already, and we miss them badly. Corinne, at the end, you were really belting it out again, man. That voice. See, Sohan was so that Sohan was so laid back and did his stuff, and
I've been a good
Sorry,
boy,
anyway. Yeah, exactly. Just tell me how this I know the gypsies, they came with this idea. How did you manage to put all those voices and the great tune together? Such a brilliant original.
Well, he sort of invited everybody to his studio.
That was after Lobe Sema. They did
Yeah, yeah.
Lobe Sema first.
First,
na?
yeah. And then
They wanted to do an English one.
they wanted to do an
Okay.
English one, and then we went at different times and recorded our voices. And then at the finally at the cinnamon grind, that's called the Oberoi. Then at the back there was a huge tree, and there we did the filming, and we had to mime our lines. And that's how we got everybody. The difficulty was getting everybody together on the same
day,
at the same time.
Same platform. But was it the same as that? You guys all got together to the studio and sang your individual lines. Is that how we?
We went to the studio individually, not together. But for the video, we had to all be there present
together.
Physically. Yeah.
Wow, who put those all those voices together? Who did the editing and the sounds, everything?
The studio. It was done in the studio.
Sunil and Pial, yeah.
Oh man, great effort. If you're listening out there, Pial, and big hi to you for the great work you have done along with Sunil Laya over the years. A great band, just like Experiments. Probably Gypsies were there before you, Sohan. If I'm not mistaken.
Both by when started in 1974.
Exactly, I still remember, how, just to before we wind up, just to tell you guys how I got into music, and is one of the award shows that either under 14, under 16, and I won an award that it was at Nawarangahala, good old Nawarangahala, and the two bands on attendance that day were Gypsies and Desmond and the Clan, and I still remember, that I have seen Gypsies, but I haven't seen Desmond actually performing. And Desmond did Muhammad Ali. I still remember seeing the Black Superman that and Rock the Boat. Yeah. To me, I thought, like, what the hell am I seeing? I came home. I think that's the end of my cricket. I started learning about music and what it's all about. Because I was listening, I was more into, that's all we had. You remember good old days back in the 77. All we had was just one radio station, SLBC, and the commercial service, and we didn't have other access. We had shortwave radios. I still remember I'm trying to listen to BBC Top of the Pops. That's the only source that we had music coming from outside, and then suddenly I see Desmond and the Clan and Gypsies and Experiments and you guys performing. Start, wow, there's another world out there, and I should start following it. That's where it all started, and my obsession with music to date. And I take great liking into I like to see bands perform live. I think it's something amazing, and it gives you a lot of pleasure in what you do. And apart from just it's a profession, I think once you on the stage, and as Corinne said, you start and you see the pulses of the people. Once you have them by the scruff of their necks, the party is on. That's beautiful way to live. Excellent stuff, guys. On that note, I must say very big thank you to both of you, and all I can say is wish you the very best in your future endeavors, and not only to you, everybody involved in the music industry. And I know, Sohan, that you got a whole lot of other band members with you. I think it's a massive responsibility that keeping that band together, paying their wages. Apart from that, your sound guys, people don't understand what goes behind the scene, isn't it? Get a show on the road, and Corinne, to look presentable, you have to maintain yourself, and that's what people take you guys for granted. If you do, people don't do that. Don't take these people for granted. Yes, one.
Sukumalia, is it?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Sigiri Sukumalia.
Sigiri Sukumalia, yeah, the Sigiri fresco. It's not easy to stay eternal, as someone said after all these years. It's a Janice, no. Few lines? Me? No, I can't. I'm not going to sing. No way. I'm not going to make a fool out of myself in front of these people. No way. I'm not going to do that. You just no, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to sing. That's guys. Once again, thanks a lot, and it's a great pleasure, and that I enjoyed every minute talking to you.
Thank you for watching us, all our friends and fans, and because of you guys, we're still rocking. So give us that support always, as always you do. Thank you, and God bless you all.
I like
Thank
to
you
thank,
very much. Yeah.
I thank all my friends and enemies too.
Like what they say, keep walking like Johnny Walker. Just never stop walking. And Thanks again, people. Thanks for watching, everyone out there, and who supported us, who kept on, messaging and keeping the show alive, and who had supported me over a period of time. Stay safe, stay at home, and do whatever you want to do. As Corinne said, the most important thing is to stay alive and keep moving. COVID or not, life must go on. And whereas Sohan and Corinne is concerned, the show must go on at all costs, guys. Thanks once again. Thanks for being a part of my show. I'm ever so grateful and for accepting my invite and being there. I know that you guys are busy. And have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys on the other side soon. Take care. Stay safe. God bless all. Bye-bye.
Bye.